needed to do an addendum just in case I forgot. The perception of these Visigoth Western influence, perception of French, Spanish between this France-Portugal region of Europe. Recently I was able to identify in this area possible connoisseurs of snails here between Portugal and France. So Murmzy Chanel stock. The cuisine, I'd like a stock take of all countries that feature snails as a part of their cultural dishes. It's a part of their meal that is common to eat snails. It's a delicacy, and same goes for frogs, where there is a link to frogs from Turkey exported into Western Europe. If you can please check the story behind that one for me as well, I'd be happy to exchange one golden gate time for that. Mumsy, can you please track back to that moment where in Turkey were they collecting the frogs to export over to the land of the Bulgaris? Check the story of the actual Bulgari, see how it travels from between these two, point A and point B. See how that land of the Bulgaris will triangulate. We've got another Bermuda there. I know that tracking for trade routes involved in the export, it would have been a very prominent, repetitive, long-term established passage of travel between Turkey and France, Portugal, Spain. Another Bermuda detected through the transport of corn from the Syria region, Mısır, Bordeaux, track the distribution network. The corn, the frogs going west as an export, but the corn as a type of import, perhaps through a Spanish source, because I registered the corn as of Mexican origin, even though there's possibly other types of something similar to corn in other parts of the planet as well. Maybe at what point did the baby corn enter the Southeast Asian cuisine as a staple? We need to review that. Where on the planet did corn actually grow, and what were the sorts of environments that made corn thrive? And this is a similar case with the frog, export of frog. I want a geographical survey of where was the frog found commonly, wet, marshy type of area, and see how the geography correlates with this region as a physical similarities with the environment of the frog, what the frogs love. I'm looking for excess damp, higher humidity, river, valley, structures where the supply of water is possibly sheltered from sunlight, evaporation. Water table would be dominantly saturated, swampy terrain maybe, marshy. In terms of Australis, I'm immediately traversing to Vale of Clwyd because it had an aggressive snail population, but also the millipedes, which was different to the Hampton Creek life. This was a different type of a creek. Composition of the pastology was different between Vale of Clwyd and Hampton, especially with the millipedes. Do a stock take of whether or not, I'd like a millipede map on top. See if the millipedes are close companions with the snail side of life. But I feel quite likely there is strong link between routes of trade, long established. These wouldn't be new relationships, not fresh. People have had contact, or there's been a form of expected arrival from boat people, where it's not like travel from all the way North Europe all the way down to the Australis. It's not that kind of boat people. These are pre-established boat. I say boat. I don't know if that's gone through. We got this Black Sea, and then you got that skinny passage, and then you got sort of a prominent access to, oh my god, my god, very wide dynamic range of access, because trying to walk or travel the long way around through the terrain passage on foot or horse and cart would have been much longer, and there would have been the advantage of boats being able to carry a lot more than a standard horse. Track the cart design of carts, how big could they get, being pulled by how many horses exactly. Cart design, review the cart designs, the wagon wheel. I don't know why it's going shooting straight to America, as though the Americans would have had skill, more elevated skill in that area compared to like evolution of Australis. I see Australis being kind of backward with regards to cart design with wheels, where the acquisition of the skill is kind of like a secondary shared transmission. It didn't originate on the actual land. That knowledge came from elsewhere. I'm looking at that sort of paradigm where for some reason I feel the American flavour had a stronger level of innovation, inventiveness, more drive with the engineering side of life. However, it kind of tanked during my lifetime. I needed to also highlight the perception of Roman all capsism north, the Visigothian Charlemagne. I'm calling Charlemagne. There's more. Mange infected wombat. Charlemagne is so for the lowercase, all caps, uppercase was a northern thing, was north of me. Lowercase was kind of south. Well, I'm kind of like in the epicenter of both realms, but I'm biased south. So I'm kind of just south of the equator for uppercase versus lowercase. This is going back to the corn, how the corn was cultivated in the northeast chunk section of Turkey, kind of in that Georgia, Batumi area where kind of Black Sea, sort of north of the terrain. Northeast. This area had a connection to the Middle East, Egypt, this is Syria, and need to take note between this Artvin area region, Burshka. Need to take note of Karaman also having possible bridge link to the Syria direction. Syria, Egyptian, Syrian. So back to the frogs. Where were the frogs? Where were the frogs in Turkey? Where were they being harvested, farmed? Because it feels like if there was a passage of trade, that trade method is located in close proximity somehow, or it's along the way. I don't know why I'm picturing it in the south end of it, southern scape, southwestern corner perhaps. But if those frogs were being found in the northeast area, then that passage of trade was gone through the Çanakkale Channel into the Black Sea. So that Black Sea trade is through the Black Sea, sort of there would be ports located, trade routes. I need the trade maps. Okay, just like 2 Golden Gate times.
Bir şiir daha var, okuyayım mı? Yeter! Adım Ayşe! Gel üstüme!